Welcome back, family. This is exactly what happened when I tried high ticket closing and I made $10,000 in 20 days. Now, for you guys that don't know me yet, my name's Marcel. I started my entire career in high ticket sales, and it is what I made my first amount of money online with. And I've always got so many different questions about it, how it works, what it is. So I've decided in this video to just take you inside and show you the process, how you get appointments booked, what it actually looks like on those calls with some live call recordings and things of that nature. Now, if you're wondering why I chose sales, I personally chose it because a very large majority of the world's millionaires started in sales. I just started analyzing different things, and this led me to start with sales. I understood the importance of being able to have people like you, being able to communicate, articulate your thoughts and your ideas, the ability to be influential, the ability to persuade, and not only to make money, but to win in all aspects of life. These things are super important. When you learn sales, you don't just become a master communicator, but you also have better relationships, you get better at networking, and you learn how to articulate yourself, and your whole life just improves. And you obviously make a bunch of money. Everything in life is sales. You're selling your parents on the idea of you dropping out of school to focus on entrepreneurship. You're selling yourself to a girl on why she should date you. You're selling yourself to your homies about why they should be friends with you. You're selling your business partners on why they should start a business with you. On top of that, if you stack this skill with any other skills like content creation, marketing, you're going to be a millionaire. So once I had made all these realizations and I understood that sales was the best path for me, it was a no-brainer and it was time to start. But I didn't really know where to start. So the first step was learn how to sell. I'm not going to go jump into a sales job without knowing how to actually sell, but I didn't know how to sell, and I didn't know how to learn how to sell or how to connect with a business or anything. So how do you actually learn sales? Well, you can get a low entry sales job like door to door or cold calling, but I didn't want to end up back in the rat race. I didn't want to do a sales job that still felt like I was someone else's bitch. So I joined a academy and I got the skills and the connections I needed through that. If you want to book in a call with the academy that taught me everything I know today, then there will be a link below to do so. This academy taught me how to sell. Then once I knew how to sell, all that was left was finding a company to sell for. In order to find a company to sell for, you need to first analyze and vet their company and their offer. I would suggest finding them on Instagram. I have dropped a full video on how to find clients, which will also be in the description if you want to go watch that. But the criteria I will use to find a client will be three different things. 1, the company is in the e-learning industry. 2, the company is established, meaning it has good trust, good testimonials, and good results. And number 3, there is room for growth. Now, in the e-learning industry, most businesses have room for growth as it is an exploding industry. The e-learning industry is a $300 billion industry that grows every year. The reason we use this niche, this e-learning niche, to go into to sell for is because it is so expansive and it's constantly growing, which means there is a abundance of opportunity, but a lack of quality sales reps. E-learning can be anything from coaching, consulting, communities, info, and so on. These can be things like fitness coaching, business coaching, Airbnb coaching, dropshipping coaching, SMMA coaching, and the list goes on. So then once you understand this, you're going to pick a niche or two and then start looking for coaches in that niche. It can be as simple as going to Instagram, searching fitness coach, searching ecom coach, mindset coach, and then finding someone with the criteria that I mentioned. Me personally, I'm going to be saying what I know best, which is a e-learning offer in the sales and online business industry. I've built connections over my time in this space, so I can just jump on a roll and take some calls. However, if you're starting from scratch, I recommend getting started as an appointment setter, just like I did. So before I started closing, I had to be an appointment setter and actually set the appointments for the closers before I could become a closer myself. So when I was an appointment setter, I would wake up, send a bunch of DMs, get calls booked in, and then the calls that got booked in and closed, I would get a commission. I did this for about a month, and then after that month, one of the closers that I was sending appointments to couldn't make a appointment. He told me, take this call. I can't make it. I took the call and actually closed it for $3,000 paid in full. After I'd done that, I had proved that I was able to be a closer, and I asked to transition into a closing role, which I did. So now that I could sell and I had an offer to sell on, and the business trusted me to sell, all I had left was to open my calendar and take some calls. Even though I had had a bunch of training and I had been an appointment setter, there's nothing that compares to actually being on a sales call. So my first few calls, I was trash. I didn't know what I was doing. I let them take control of the call. I didn't really have frame. I didn't understand objection handling, but all of that got ironed out over time with the training that I had. On top of that, I was willing to do more volume than anyone else. I had my calendar open more than anyone else. No weekends, no weekdays, every single day open from 6 a.m. to 8 or 9 p.m. So with the volume plus the training, over time, I got very good very quickly and I started to close a lot of deals. This is how it went. What's good, my man?
Yeah,
How are
can
you?
you see me?
Sure.
There you go, perfect. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I've been looking forward to getting on a call with you.
Yeah, I kind of think that it's time for a change. I need to start making some money. I need to start.
I want to know kind of what you actually want. Had a bunch of different things on his plate, so I was just getting him to confirm that this is actually what he wanted to pursue.
But I definitely want to work with sales 100% and remote also. It's very interesting. And that's kind of why I'm interested. Yeah.
What would you say the main thing that you are looking to actually achieve by getting into this? This question was to discover his motive. In sales, there's 4 things that you want to extract on a call: motive, pain, problem, and why. I want to understand what he actually wants to achieve and why.
Well, the financial part is pretty obvious. Going kind of back to Norway and then start working with something with business. I kind of need to do something bigger. I have these major goals accomplished, and then I really need like a big step financially. And as you say, this opportunity you can actually make a lot of money working from your home everywhere, and that's a very rare opportunity, especially in Europe and in Norway.
Online, what do you actually want to do?
So definitely sales. Definitely sales. The thing is, it's very hard to find a major in sales, you know. So the closest I found was business management, and it's kind of basic. It is, but I definitely want to work with sales 100% and remote. Also, it's very interesting.
That was basically me tying him down to the idea of getting started with sales. He basically said there's nothing else he wants to do. Even the stuff he's doing at uni is because he wanted to do sales.
Brian Tracy and Jim Rohn are my two heroes. There you go. Yeah.
This is just us building rapport over mutual interests. We both had similar books that we read and things of that nature, so just building a relationship there.
Like I only need a path, and I'll do everything I can to. Yeah, bro, that sounds like a plan. Like that would be actually a crazy thing to think about. Like imagining.
Do you see yourself actually being able to get where you want to be? Start building that empire, start putting yourself in a position where you've got that freedom, you've got that control, you can buy those properties. Do you see yourself achieving that through this path?
Yes, 100%.
You ready to go through the onboarding process?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Normally a one-time investment, and that's for 12 months. It is 6,000 USD.
Yeah, as of right now, it's gonna be a little bit struggle. Is it possible to do like down payment?
And I ended up closing him for 6,000 split in 3 months. So it was 2K 3 times over 3 months. A good close. It was basically just built on a good relationship and good personal rapport and things of that nature. And also obviously tying him down to his commitment to sales and why we're the best fit. This call made me a total of $600 in commission split over 3 months. Now it's time for the next call. This call had a lot of good objection handling, and it was built on the fact that I had tied him down and built an idea of where he wanted to be in his future in his head. And then when he gave me an objection, I brought that back up to make sure that he was willing to take action.
Yes, how's it going, sir?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good.
What brings you on the call and how we can help?
Yeah, definitely, man. So, I've actually been considering getting into sales for some time and, just looking at jobs online. And it's been something and to get my priorities straight in life and figure out what I actually wanted to be and who I was. And so the 2.5 years at this company has been good for that. It's been great. It's allowed me to save a bit of money. And, like I said, just looking further ahead, I want to be able to capitalize on the internet. And I just feel like sales is where I'm supposed to be.
So what are you doing for work at the moment, man, that kind of gave you that discipline and gave you like that almost enlightenment that you needed?
Yeah, so my current job is I'm an inspector at construction sites.
What I'm doing here is I'm just gathering information about his current situation, and then I'm gathering information about his desired situation. When I do this, I build a bridge between his current situation and his end goal, and then I place our product or service as that bridge.
I've always been good at talking to people, and I've always been good at making friends and social situations and whatnot, but I think I was lacking a bit of grit, a bit of drive. This is kind of miserable. This sucks, man. I just want more for myself, man. I just want more for myself. I want to make more money. I want to be able to surf. I like surfing, so I want to be able to go make some money by the ocean, be able to surf, be able to meet new people. I know there's more for me out there, you know? At one point, I was like, all right, this can't be it, man. This can't be my life. Just walking around in trenches, you know what I mean?
Okay, so you feel like you kind of had something to achieve in your current role and you achieved that and now you're ready for like the new chapter almost.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the moment, what do you see that new chapter consisting of? By asking that question, I'm getting him to commit that he is ready to take action, meaning that he cannot give me an objection of, I'm not ready to take action. And I'm also getting him to see what the next chapter looks like. And that next chapter will include, obviously, sales. You're coming to this point. Do you feel like you're at that point where you're ready to take the step and actually, you know, like dive into this and make it happen?
I know for a fact I am, Marcel. I know I am. I've put in the work, put in the time, and I'm ready for it.
This is where I knew, regardless of objection, this was going to be a close because he just told me that no matter what, he is ready to take that step and he knows he is. But that investment that is going to help you get to those 10K months around that 6-month mark would just be 6,000 USD.
Okay, awesome. That's not too much, but it's not too little. You know, it's kind of like like right in the middle. You know, I think I'm on board, but you know, I gotta still think about it. You know, I don't feel like I'm ready to make that decision right now, but I'm leaning towards yes. You know, it's as of right now, it's leaning towards a yes.
Yeah.
But you know, as I said, it's not a small amount of money, so probably spend a little bit of time thinking about it. But it sounds like something that I want to do. You know, I think I'm ready to invest into your guys' program and to learn the skills that you guys are offering and to start committing to something. You know, and yeah.
So now this might not look like much, but pauses are very important in sales. You need to get super comfortable with a pause. This entire period, he's just looking around and questioning his own thoughts. Look at how long this pause is, and I just let him think and make him think to himself and justify his own thoughts. So he basically said, I'm probably in. I just have to turn that probably in into a definitely in. And this is just a fear-based objection. It's not a real objection. He doesn't need to think about it. He's just scared to spend that amount of money. So I just need to work with him and help his mentality change so that he can actually take the step that is going to change his life.
I'll have to let you know, Marcel. I'll have to let you know.
Okay. So that all made sense to you though?
Yeah. It all made sense.
And you feel like if you had that, like you said, that is going to help you get to, you know, 8, 10K a month. It's going to help you get that life that you want, right?
100%, man. 100%. Absolutely.
So if that's the case, then where do you think the gap is? If you pay attention to the sequence of questions I just asked, I asked a few questions. Do you think this is going to work? Are you going to put the work in? And does this all make sense? That way I can understand where the objection actually lies. Then after those questions, I say, where is the gap? So now I'm asking him to question his own beliefs of why he isn't actually taking action. See how he responds and how I respond to him.
I think the gap is just, you know, I worked hard to get that money and it's hard to give away that money when I work so hard for it, you know?
So what I did by asking those questions was I removed the smoke screens and figured out what the objection actually was. And then he just told me what it was. He said the gap is that I'm just scared to spend that money because I've spent a lot of time saving it, which is an easy fix.
I think that's really just what it comes down to. I think the program sounds great, you know, it sounds trustworthy. I know it's not going to be a quick, rich scheme. I got to put in a lot of work, a lot of hours of training. I know you guys are legit. So I think the only gap is it's like the fact that it's just I worked really hard for that money. And so I'm not very keen on, you know, giving it up. So that's about it. Yeah.
That makes complete sense, man. Like, obviously, you probably the amount of time that you've put aside to earn that much, right?
Yeah.
Have you accumulated all that money for it to just sit there and use that to keep living exactly how you're living? Or do you think you've accumulated that money so that you can actually change your life and start living how you want to actually be living?
Accumulated it so I can change my life.
And
accumulated it so I can change my life.
are you throwing that money away or are you investing in yourself as a person? Like, I know you like self-development, all those things. It's not just you developing yourself closer to, you know, the person that you actually want to be.
It's like you said, it's me developing myself to who I want to be, you know? Yeah, it makes sense. It does.
Look at this pause, bro. Look at this pause. God damn. Think about it.
I think you're absolutely right, man. I think it's about having faith, taking a leap of faith in certain moments in your life. No, man, let's do it. Let's do it, man.
Let's do it, brother. Once I handled the objections on this call, I closed for a $6,000 paid in full, leaving me with $1,000 for the day. of just 2 calls. I then went on to do this every day for the next 20, 30 days, and I hit my first 10K month in less than a month. Let's go. Overall, I really enjoy my experience with closing. I enjoy it. I like speaking to people. I like learning how to communicate, how to persuade, how to influence, how to build relationships with people and help change people's lives. I would 1000% recommend this to anyone who wants to get started in the online making money space, because it is going to set you up for an entire life of success and wealth. If you were starting from scratch, I would recommend doing it the same way I did and finding a good training group to be a part of. Getting the right people and the right training around you who have done this before and have that proven method and they know how to sell, telling you and teaching you exactly what to do to be successful is going to speed up your process to your first 10, 20, 30K month by a lot. So like I said, if you do want the option to book in a call and see if you're a good fit with that team, a link to book in a call below. Thank you guys once again. If you have any questions, please comment, please leave a like, and I'll see you next week.